Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Sumye with Life and Home with the Mahoneys. So guys, I am happy to bring to you today some planning. I know that it's about the fourth week of January, and so a lot of people have already gotten their planners and started to get organized, and I have mine from last year of a 2018 to 2019 calendar. However, life hits you and it gets hard to plan. Typically what my husband and I like to do is we like to sit down and take a day or two and really figure out to plan out our entire year. So it does take a lot of time and schedules are busy and things like that. So I don't have it 100%, but I'm working on it, and I know there are people out there like me that are having the same type of issue. So what I'm going to do today is just kind of share with you some things that we like to do in our planning process for our family throughout the year. So that's what I'm going to start with. Now we've gotten about the first 3 months planned through. But we still have to finish out the rest of the year. So hopefully by the end of January, that will be all done. Okay, so the first thing that we like to do when we're planning, when my husband and I sit down, we like to kind of reflect on the year before. So we're looking back at 2018. We look at our vision board, we look at our goals that we set, and we say, okay, well, what do we think we did really well? And then what are some things that we feel like we could definitely work on and change for the next year, and what needs to stay on our vision board for the next year? Did we really accomplish the goal that we wanted, or is there something that we need to kind of keep and move it into the next year? So we like to sit down and reflect on that. Then after we've done that, before we even pull out a planner or calendar or whatever, we actually have to figure out some other things. So the first thing that we like to do is we will pull out just a handy dandy notebook. This is my little notebook that I use. It's just a basic notebook. It's very simple. I have it divided with tabs here, and just of different categories and things that are going on in our lives, so that I can, if I need to take notes, it's here and it's all in one book. You can get like a cute little fancy book, that's like more decorative, but I find that this works really well because it has a lot of paper and it also will lay flat, if that makes sense. So I really like that. So before we even start, writing on our calendar, what we like to do is write out all of the items that will go on the calendar. So for example, this is for 2019. So, I know it's like kind of a glare. So you guys can kind of see there are tons of things that we have there that are on the list. So, for example, for calendar items that will go on the year, I have my husband's work schedule when he's going to be out of town, his community responsibilities that he has. Then we have like bill due dates, girls' activities, birth dates, date nights, vacations, devotionals, doctor's appointments, dentist appointment, monthly chores, mission organization, which is something that we're doing here, which is decluttering and minimalizing our home, our businesses that we have, the things and the tasks that we have to do and obligations for those. So there's so many different things that we have on there, but we write these all first. So these are general things that we know will have to be on the calendar. We want to make sure that they're there. So once they're there, I like to really look at them all. So we've written all of our calendar of events for 2019, all of them. Now this might not all be on 1 month, but this is going to be throughout the year, okay? So after we've done that, what I like to do is pull out the tools that I'll need. So the different tools that I'll need would be a planner, of course, the school calendar for our children, our bill schedules, a birthday list, pens, markers, sticker books, rulers, scissors, and Post-its. So those are just a few things that I like to have before I even start working on my planner. I just gather them all together so that I make sure that I have everything that I need. I have all of my tools. What I like to do is sit down with all of those. So I have my book that I have here. Then I pull out, my planner. This is actually the bill organizer that I like to use for throughout the year before we file things away. And then I have, this is like a little goal book. This is from 2018. It's just about done, but this is just kind of like a little notebook that I have that has different goals, and it has like what my expectations are as far as like my monthly checklist, my weekly to-do list, things that I have that are going to be continual. So I like to have everything written in there so that I'm keeping up with my goals and things that I like to do there. Then I have, so last year I actually purchased a calendar for 2018. I got this for 10 bucks. It's normally $30 at Michael's. So this was really a good buy. So I got it, but it's actually a 2018-2019 planner. And I've really enjoyed it. It's like the mini version. It's not a happy planner, but I guess it's like the Michael's version. But it's just a really amazing little planner, and it actually travels really well. But my lovely sister actually got me a happy planner in the classic version for Christmas. So I was so excited about that because I use a lot of the stickers and things, and these will fit perfectly in here. So I was really excited about that. So I have to now use this one as well. So my goal is this will be, I don't know about anybody else, but I have several calendars and planners. Not only do I use paper, hands-on writing things down, but I also use a family calendar that we have put up on our wall. And when you first come in, it's like a area where the kids will be able to see what's going on. Then I have my mini version of my planner that I can that travels well. Then I also have, now I have this classic size of the planner, which they're all going to have essentially the same things on them. But it's just really nice to be able to pull them and utilize them in different capacities. So this one is really nice to have at the house where I can kind of make sure that I'm putting everything in there, and it won't fit in most purses, but I have that same information, which gives me another tool to use, but this will actually, fit in my purse very nicely, and I can kind of take it along with me when I need to. So that's why I have those two. And then the family calendar is just great because the children like to see what's going on and see when we're doing different things, so they really enjoy that. But my husband and I also, we purchased for 2019 a master planner for us. So it basically has all of his meetings, all of his work schedule, very written out completely, so that he is able to use that and put that on his own personal calendar and make sure that everything, all of his meetings and everything are organized. And then I know what's going on because we're working together with those, and it has things that that we want to do together. And it's just a really nice way, what bills are due. It's just an easy thing, a tool that we can just grab on our own and look to see what's going on, what we need to do. So it actually has worked out so wonderfully. And I'm really excited to continue that into 2019. So the last thing that I have is, this is, I haven't completely filled it out all the way, but this is actually, it's just like a little divider and organizer. We do a lot of things in the community, my husband and my family, and so we like to have things pretty organized. And so this is actually for our events that we have going on. I will have the little tabs and everything filled out, and inside I'll have like all the event information typed up and everything that's easy, so we know who our contacts are for the event, what we have going on, what's the timeline, all of those wonderful things that you need to know while you're planning and executing the event. So this is going to be one that's going to be able to travel with me as we're going to meetings that are dealing with these particular programs and things of that sort. So that's something else that I have. That's another additional item. Okay. So now that you have an idea of what we have, and then let me show you, I also have like this little cute little bag I got at a garage sale for like $1.25 or something like that. It's so cute. I think it probably was a lunch pail or something, but I love it. I use it as my little bag, and so inside of it, like when I'm on the go, when I'm in the drive line or pickup line waiting for my girls, a lot of times I like to review my calendar or kind of put things in there if I haven't gotten a chance to do it, and update things and things of that sort, so that I'm not just sitting on my phone the whole time, because it does get distracting to just sit on your phone a lot. So I've really tried to have something that's more engaging while I'm waiting, and it's actually going to be very productive and help make sure that I'm staying organized. So I just, we love different color markers, a ton of Post-its and little stickers. This is there we go. All right, just my little Sharpies. Just put them in some Ziploc bags so that they're all organized, and I know I can just grab it really easily. And then just like my little sticker books that I use. My sister got me, and my husband actually, got me some for Christmas. I'm so excited. They know exactly what I love because they got me tons of planning stuff. So that was really thoughtful and nice of them for Christmas. But so see like this nice new Happy Planner stickers, and don't know if you can see that. There we go. It was a little better. So these are some newer ones. These are some old ones. I actually got these at the dollar store. This is it's a knockoff brand, but oh my goodness, they're actually really nice. And my daughter likes to play them now, my oldest. So she, I got her a bunch of stickers and things, and I think it's modeled after the Happy Planner, of course. But I mean, it was $1, and it has some really good stickers in it. So I actually got her some. This is one of the same ones from the dollar. I can't find them again. I don't know if they had to pull them from shelves or what, but I did get about 6 of them, I think it was, that had it. And this is another older one that I have. So just some stickers and things that I use. So I pull all of those items out as I'm getting my items ready to plan. Okay, so having those tools right there makes it a little bit easier. So you're not rushing and grabbing things and, oh, I need this. You're just going to go ahead and start with it all right there, lay it all out. Okay, so you've got the items that you need in order to have the correct dates and things of that sort. So you make sure you have your school planners, your husband's schedule, your vacation schedule, your school trips, all of that. You need to have all of those dates there so that you can be able to implement them into your planner when you're looking at it a year in advance. So just to kind of rewind of what we've gone over thus far is to, one, make sure that you're writing down a calendar list items. So basically all the items that you know that you'll need to add into your calendar. So write that first. Before you pull out a calendar, write that list on a piece of paper first. Gather all of the things that you'll need to not only plan and decorate and write out markers and all of that. Grab all your tools that you'll need for that. Then you want to also grab all your school calendars, all of your event dates, all those dates that you know that you may need. You want to make sure that you're grabbing all of those dates so they are readily available. Now, the next thing that I like to do is to break down the month. So what we do is we have our list of calendar items that we know that need to go on each month or throughout the year. And so you're going to basically start to write out your calendar. And I start with the first month. You start in January. Okay, what birthdays do I have in January? What school activities do I have in January? Do I need to bring anything for any school event? What other, do I have parent-teacher conferences? What are the things that, do I have any church events? All of these things, what's going on? Okay, so then I write January. And then the next thing that I like to write is the date. So I write January at the top, and then I write the date. Okay, on the 2nd, I have a birthday. On the 4th, I have a birthday. On the 18th, we have school money that's due for a field trip. On the 21st, I have, that's MLK Day, so we don't have school that day. So you're writing all of those things that are coming up, and you're utilizing your extra calendars that you have. Double check your calendar in your phone, because I also use the calendar on my phone. If I'm meeting with someone, let's say I've got to have a meeting with someone, and I say, okay, this date works. Right when I'm going to have my planner, so right when I select that date and time, I just go straight to my calendar in my phone and I put it in there. So when I sit down to plan all of the items out for that month, I make sure to look at my planner on my phone, because I may have put something in that I didn't remember. Okay, so I have all of those things, and I just start plugging those dates in. Okay, but I just write that on a sheet of paper first. Okay, I write that on a piece of paper in my handy dandy little book here. I write out that first. And then once I make sure that all the dates look good, I review everything, nothing is missing. I talk to my husband, hey, do you have anything important that needs to go on for January? Okay, this is what I have. Okay, so we're good to go. So then at that point is when I start the fun stuff. So that's when I really start to decorate and really, put in those do all the fun stuff for the calendar. So I'm actually going to show you. Bear with me here. I'm actually going to show you a little bit of my calendar. It's not 100% because, like I said, I'm still working on it, but it'll give you an idea of kind of how my my month looks. Oh, the other thing, before I do that, the other thing that I like to do is every week, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I also have a wedding planning and decorating business, or event planning and decorating business. And so I'm really busy. We have 5 children, and, they have all their activities, all their school things. And, my husband's very busy. And so we have a lot going on. But as a stay-at-home mom, I'm really just trying to be the best that I can. And I know that sounds very cliche, but if you're a stay-at-home mom, you completely understand. It is a struggle. Hashtag mom life. Hashtag the struggle is real. If you are unorganized. And I consider myself like an organized person, but I'm definitely not where I want to be. I know that I can be even more organized. I know I could be even more clutter free. So I'm really working hard to live intentionally and to work hard in order to be successful in that, and to be a successful stay-at-home mom. So, I'm a wife first, and I want to make sure that I am living in a way that's going to make my husband happy, that he's going to be happy when he comes home. And then I'm a stay-at-home mom, and you want to make sure your children are happy and that you're raising them properly. So all of that is not easy. It's so many hats that you're wearing, and we have community events and community things that we're involved in, and so it's a lot of work that you have to do. But what I find is that I have to have a schedule. And so what I came up with is, when I was just kind of doing what I thought was a schedule and kind of going with the flow, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that, oh, I need to do that, and write my just to-do list, I still wasn't being effective. So what I had to do is say, okay, I have to have specific days that I do specific things. So what I came up with was really working hard. And I learned a lot of different things. I did some research online and kind of looked at some mom blogs and things. And I think it's flylady.net is actually a really good system. She has some cleaning systems and some just kind of planning and things like that. So that was a really good website. So check that out. The website that I went to is kind of older and it was kind of hard to follow, but I watched some of the videos and I was able to read a few things that really helped me implement something and kind of put my own spin on it. So what I like to do is I have specific things on each day, okay? So Sunday is what I call Sunday home prep. Sunday home prep has a long list of things that I have to do in order to set our week up for success, okay? So just for example, we change our linen on Sundays and make sure we wash them and get our beds all ready for the week. We want to get the floors mopped. We want to tidy each room. We want to get snacks ready. We want to read all the emails from all the teachers for the week. We want to listen to the school message for the week. We want to make sure we've read the weekly news or the monthly newsletter. All of those things. So it's a very long list that I have for Sunday home prep. And I was finding that it was kind of too long. So what I did is I split the items up into 2 days. So I have a Sunday home prep and I have a Monday home prep. So I'm still prepping for the entire week because you already know that Monday is always like, okay, here we go. Let's get back into it. So I really focus on Sunday home prep and making sure that I'm all set up for Monday. And then Monday home prep is for getting the rest of the week and everything ironed out and make sure that everything is in order. Comment down below if you're interested in hearing, the long list of items that I do for both of those days. And I would love to share those with you, just some things that we do in the Mahoney household that help us to try to keep our ship sailing as smoothly as possible. But anyway, so Sunday home prep, Monday home prep. So that's Sunday, Monday, excuse me. And then Tuesday is my meal planning day. So I will look up recipes. I will write out my meal plans. I meal plan for 2 weeks. So write all of that out and I'll start my grocery list. Write all my grocery lists on Tuesdays, okay? Get that all ready for when I grocery shop. So what I do is I will do write my meal plan for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then a dinner. So I need to write out each of those things and then write my grocery list according to what those items are. And making sure I'm checking my fridge, checking the cabinets to make sure to see I have those items. If I do have them, I just check them off. If I don't, then I make sure that they stay on the list and we pick them up for our next week for groceries. Or excuse me, our next 2 weeks for groceries. So that's usually what I do. Comment down below if you're interested in seeing a meal plan. That's actually something I'm super passionate about. So I'd love to share that with you guys if you're interested. So let me know if that's something you want to see, okay? All right, so we've got Sunday home prep, Monday home prep, meal plan on Tuesday. Wednesday is paperwork. So I have 5 daughters, we have 5 children, and we get a lot of paperwork. They bring home every picture that they've drawn. They bring home every activity that they've done. They bring home a lot of things, and it's really nice to go through. And I actually do keep some of their work. I want to keep, a number of things each year so that I can make them a book when they're 18. So they'll have all those things to kind of see how they were brought up. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm keeping it to a limit, but I like to look through it, and I like to look through tests and homework and make sure that they're doing everything that they need to do and see what they had opportunity on and see what they're doing really great. And I like to give them their kudos when they're doing a good job and talk to them about how we can be better if there's some things that they need to work on. So it is wonderful to have the paperwork, but it is a lot, and I do have to go through it. So that's on Wednesdays. We go through paperwork. So then, and that's also including bills, making sure all the mail is opened up and filed away accordingly. So we have to put all of those things up. But I only do that on Wednesdays because if I try to do it every day, it can kind of get overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes I can get it out of the way, but then other days I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't add one more thing to my list. So if I don't get a chance to get to paperwork any other time, I make sure that I do it on Wednesdays and I'm touching it and getting it reorganized. Okay, so then on Thursday is for errands. I try to reserve my Thursdays for ripping and running. I don't want to run around all day. You know how easily it is. Oh, I gotta go to the store. Oh, I gotta get gas. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So it gets overwhelming to constantly be gone from the home. And yes, your children are at school. I only have one at home right now, Monday through Thursday, and then two on Fridays. So, but your day goes by so fast that if you spend it running errands, as soon as you drop them off, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta go pick them up. And I'm like that with dropping off and coming home and doing some things. The day goes by so fast. So I said, you know what? I can't rip and run every single day. I'm only going to run errands on this day if I can, So I really try to stick to running errands. And I start as soon as I drop them off, that's when I'm starting my errands, and I go ahead and take care of the things that I need to take care of. Okay, so then Friday is family fun night. So we usually, focus on family that night. We do a movie or new food or, go out or find a fun activity to do or go to the Y or do something. We like to do something together as a family, and that's the night that we really devote to our family. Girls get to stay up late. They get to eat, some unhealthy stuff, and they get to really have fun, and they love it. So we really try to focus that on Fridays. And then Saturday, during the week, what I like to do is I like to clean out my van, and I like to do something in the yard. So if it's cold, I just make sure there's no trash in the yard or whatnot. Just trying to do something to keep our yard looking nice. If it's a sunny, day and it's nice outside, the kids can play outside, and we can, maybe do some gardening or some weeding or whatever we need to do to try to keep our yard together, because that is a very big task because we have quite a big yard. So that's our week. So I do those things every single week, and that's what I mean about having a schedule and really seeing focus. So you have Sunday home prep, Monday home prep, meal plan, paperwork, errands, and then you have yard work. Friday family fun night, and then yard work and cleaning out the van. So it's very busy. So I put all of those things on my calendar before I even start writing in birth dates and appointments and things of that sort. So this one isn't completely filled out, but if you can kind of see it, it's in different colors. Oh, that light. Let me see. That's a little better. So you can kind of see that I did them in different colors. I put a couple of decorative things on here. I have a lot more to do, but it's all in different colors. And then that's going to have all of our things that I have going on. Sunday home prep, Monday home prep, meal plan, paperwork, errands, Friday family fun night, and yard and van. So those are always written in first because those are the things I know that are not going to change. I'm going to be doing those things every single week. So I put all of those things in. Okay. Another thing that you can do for 2019 planning is when you're sitting down and you write full year, you can also write out your 2019 goals. Make a vision board. Comment down below if you want to see a vision board. We love that. If you're interested in doing those, you want to do a vision board and you want to see and you want to write out your goals that you have for 2019. Another thing that we like to do when me and my husband sit down when we're getting our pre-planning and stuff before we start writing into our calendar is we like to pick out a word of the year. This word is really going to be very specific on what you feel like you need to work on. What are some things, how do you want to live your year? When you look back on 2019, how are you going to feel about that year? And when you're going throughout your life and life gets busy and gets crazy and you're like, oh, are you doing whatever that word said? Are you, living the way that you thought that you wanted to live through 2019? So you use it to reflect throughout your year to keep you on task to your goals. And you also use it to reflect from the previous year so that you're making sure that you are looking forward and moving forward and really living intentionally. And that's what's really important, to make sure that you're on the same page. And we've actually done more in this month than we did, I feel like, than we really accomplished last year. I just feel like there's some things that we're just doing so different, and it's got me so excited to plan and so excited to really move forward into a wonderful 2019. So I am going to share a few things with that. I'll do another video about that, about some different things that we're changing in our lives so that we can really live intentionally and live a really fulfilled life. So that's something that I will be sharing on another video. So keep a lookout for that. Okay, so those are all the things. Oh, the other thing I wanted to share is just a couple of little tips that you guys can do that could be really helpful when you're planning. Is you want to make sure to schedule the time out. So if you haven't started planning for 2019, if you don't have a calendar or whatever, go to the store, pick a planner out. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be a happy planner. It could just be a regular planner from the dollar store. I love those flat planners that they have. Just have something so that you can write in. Okay, so make sure that you do that. And you want to schedule the time. So if you want to sit down with your husband and really plan out your year and plan out all those birthdays, plan out all your vacations, plan out all of your events that you have going on, take the time. Okay, on Monday at this time, Monday at 6 o'clock, we're going to do this. We're going to, make fun. And we really made it fun. We had a nightcap, poured some drinks, talked about it and really enjoyed it, so that we're going to be organized and we're going to be on the same page. And it really feels great when you're with your spouse, when you're really organizing and planning together. So schedule that time for you guys to do that. That's Isla. I guess she's done with her quiet time. To save space on your calendar, you can use, come up with your own acronyms or, use asterisks. Make sure that you just make a little table that shows you exactly what each thing means, so that you can kind of save space on your calendar. For your notes, make sure that you have a book like I had. So you've got, if you, let's say you're in an organization and that they're going to have things that you have to do. Write it in there. Have a little tab that you can write your notes and keep there. Let's say you have a parent-teacher conference and you want to take notes. You use that book. So really keep everything in one spot, and it'll help you when you're transferring dates into a calendar or when you're trying to look back and see what's going on. It really helps to have that little notebook. So I would highly recommend that. Let's see. If this is new to you, just to not get overwhelmed with it, to have fun with it, to get some, it doesn't have to be perfect. It really, if you have a happy planner, if it's your first time getting a happy planner, and it can be very intimidating. Like this is mine for January 2019. It has 2020 there, and I love it. I haven't filled everything out for it, but you can kind of see how I've started filling it out, but it doesn't have to be perfect. The reason why these are so wonderful is because it's about you and your own personal creativity, your own personal journey. So really just take that time to focus on getting organized, focused on what the outcome is, because yes, it's very time consuming. All this planning, it takes me so much time, but let me tell you, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't remember when my kids had a dentist appointment. I wouldn't remember when I had a parent-teacher conference. I would not remember any of those things because I wouldn't know what's going on. I'm not going to remember it. So I have to write it down and I have to review it and I have to be consistent. And that's going to help me to be able to live my life and to enjoy it and to have intentional living. So I think those are all the tips and craziness that I can offer to share with you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I hope it motivates you to pull out your calendar if you haven't yet done so, or if you're not done with your full year. Plan along with me. You're not alone. It's not too late. It's never too late to start a calendar. I don't care if the year has already started. Start on that date and move it forward, and really try to stay focused on what's important to you so that your life can be just fully planned and organized and intentional. All right, guys, thanks so much for taking the time out to watch this video, and comment down below if you're interested in seeing any other types of videos, and make sure to like and subscribe to us. We'd love to have you a part of our crew. All right, guys, until next time, bye.